I absolutely love this topic. We're finding a certain term of a geometric sequence, and you know the first few terms. So there is a way to look at geometric sequences, and I like how they explained it here. First of all, they find the common ratio. And what it is what you're multiplying by each time. It might be a fraction, which would mean you're dividing. If it's a fraction with a numerator of 1, I guess. And then, but it's usually you're multiplying something. So since the first term is 3, we already know it's geometric. So we're timesing 3 by something to get to 12, which would be 4. And then we times 12 by 4 to get 48, and so on. So we're timesing by 4. That's called the common ratio. It's 4. Let's see what else they have to say here. I haven't looked at it. Okay, that's another way you can look at it. If you take one term and divide it by the previous term. So you can do 12 divided by 3, the third term divided by the second term, the fourth term divided by the third term, and you'll get that same common ratio. That's one way to do it, especially if you can't quite see what the ratio is. So if you look at the pattern more closely, the first term's 3, the next one is 3 times 4, then 3 times 4 times 4, and then 3 times 4 times 4 times 4. So that's, you can then use your 4s and raise them to a power. So 4 to the 0 power is 1, because anything to the 0 power is 1. 4 to the first power is 4, 4 squared is 4 times 4, 4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4. Then we can look at the term number. So this is the first term. To get the exponent of 0, we do 1 minus 1. This is the second term. To get the exponent of 1, you can do 2 minus 1. And then to get the exponent of 2, you could do 3 minus 1. So these in red is actually which term it is, the first, second, third, fourth. So there is a general formula, and we'll write it down here. The nth term is just the first term times the common difference raised to the n minus 1 power. So it looks like this. I just keep writing where I don't want to. Okay, so a to the n means the nth term is a to the sub 1. I said a to the n, I meant a sub n, equals a sub 1, which is the first term, times the common difference, which we call r. And we take that r and raise it to the power of n minus 1. Now, we actually have to do the power first, and then we multiply for order of operations. Okay, let's do some examples. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at what is n. N is going to be 10. The first term, a sub 1, is that first term which listed, which is 5. And the common ratio we need to find by saying, what do we multiply 5 by to get 10, which is 2. And then we just double check. Do we times 10 by 2 to get 20? Yes. 20 by 2 is 40. Okay, so that's our common difference here. So a sub, oops, I'm going to write it right here. A sub 10, which is the 10th term, equals a sub 1, which is 5. The common difference is 2. And n is 10. Minus 1 is 9. So we have to do 2 to the 9th. So we have to do the exponent first. So 2 to the 9th. And then how do you move over? We'll see. Just put my hand there. Times 5. And it's 2,560. And that's what we write down. Okay, so and then I'll erase these. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, n is 12 because it's the 12th term. The 12th, yeah, that's the one we're looking for. A sub 1 is 1, and then the common difference, or common ratio. Oh no, did I call it the common difference last time? If I did, I'm sorry, it's supposed to be common ratio. Is what do we multiply 1 by to get 4? 1 times 4 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 4 is 64. Okay, so that's these are what I need to know to solve the problem. So a sub 12, which just means the 12th term, equals a sub 1, which is 1, times the common ratio, which is 4, raised to the 12 minus 1, or the 11th power. So we're going to do 4 to the 11th power, and we don't have to do times 1 because it just equals that. Whoa, that is a really big number. So 4194304. Now they really like you to put your commas in here, so I go back 3, back up 3. There we go. And they'll be really happy to have all those commas in there. And that's the end of the lesson.